Hello, good evening, welcome along. Apologies for the delay in starting. Oh, fun and games, isn't it? Right, I don't believe you can hear the game audio. Hopefully that is the game audio now. How's the sound? Is the microphone okay? The game sound okay? Right, we'll start with Western Main Lines. HST Dover, which comes with Western Main Lines. But I've swapped out standard HST for the enhancement Armstrong. I've also that out for the Old Oak Common. Lewis Clowes and James Ivell. I am putting together a list, a spreadsheet full of all of the content that I started doing it this afternoon. It's basically just going to show all of the DLC that I have, Roots, all the Loco, B-Skin. Well, so far 25 some. So this list of DLC I will be putting on the website. Post a link. Get round to doing that. I can just add to it DLC. But the plan is you'll be able to search for it via content types of root, if it's Loco, reskin, enhancement, scenarios, and then you can filter them down by that. And there'll be a link to the relevant that can be obtained from. The idea is if anyone sees anything that I'm using or not, the links are there to order developers. Loading this again. Pause that a second. Up. That. I think out there we've got the map, got the rail driver, got chat on screen, I've got that. Hello driver, we just need to wait for the signal to clear in front of us, then we can stop in service to aware of the first thing I need to do. Jump to the back of the truck. On yellow so we can forwards. The sound dropping out, is in just on the microphone. Try that then. Just on the mic, that one of these filters. I had to change some of the settings. Okay, 1, 2. How's the mic? That should be better now, hopefully. Right, I've tweaked the settings on the microphone. For some reason they had reset, so just let me know if it does keep dropping out again, and I'll tweak them some more. But anyway, good evening, Luke. How are you? And Graham. Hope you're both well. At least we've got a green signal now to move with. Good to hear, Luke. So our first stop is going to be Oxford. So, how was everyone's Easter? The end of a bank holiday weekend. Getting through lots and lots of chocolate. I haven't eaten much chocolate this year, to be honest. fact, the first bit of chocolate I had was at about 9:30 last night. Coming up to our 100-mile-an-hour limit. And normally with this scenario, we're actually chasing a slower train. So we're having yellows and the occasional red, but purely because that delay to the start, we've just got greens. Five miles away from Oxford. This is the Oxford-Bicester extension, the Western Main Lines. Oh, we're going to spad this one now, aren't we? Yeah. Luckily, that train has moved out the platform. One that I was just talking about, we're catching up with. Hi Graham, hope you're well. I've got a red at the end of the platform there. Oh, nice. What did you get, Graham? Oh, look at that. Literally about to come to a stop. One 4-2, 3-1-3 and a 3-2-1. Very nice. I haven't got the 142 yet, I don't think. When we're thinking of the Just Trains version. What quite a long gap to the next signal here, so. Oh, that's cool. Is that using the buttons physically on the inside the cab, is it? As well as the normal keyboard. Excuse me. We have a flashing double yellow and warning for a 75 limit. Expecting this signal to be a single flashing yellow. There it is. Even though we know this is coming into a what's the word? A controlled zone. We still need to treat that yellow as if the next signal is going to be a red. There comes the rain again. Was a yellow, but it's gone green now that we've triggered the AWS. Here we are now joining the main line from Oxford to, is it Banbury? Some stock sat in the yards here. That's 166 is. Down to the 25 nicely. As we move into the platform 1. Am I right in thinking Oxford Station now is out of date on here because it's been revamped as part of the electrification? All set to go. Still got a green. We got any time stops on here? No. That's the trouble with things like, yeah, Armstrong Powerhouse and Just Trains, I find. But then that's their business, isn't it? That's how they get you to buy more stuff, so. Not so bad if you like making scenarios, but. Rain stopped, switch off the wiper again. There we go, move on to the up main line, and we should get a better speed limit now than this 25. Another HST coming the other way. Literally, as soon as we get a cleared speed limit, I'm going to go notch, straight to notch 5. There we go. Bit of wheel slip there. I missed the driver vigilance. The 419. I do like it when, yeah, you have to stop at a different point of the platform rather than just anywhere on it. Just reading up on that 419 now, Graham. That looks pretty good, and half price at the moment. Another 20 hours. South London route. No, I don't have that one yet. It's on my wish list. Two and a quarter miles from Didcot. There's our feather to turn right. The rail driver stuck between two notches on the brake then, so it couldn't decide if it wanted notch 1 or notch 2 on the brakes. Here we are then, coming into Didcot Parkway. Okay, open the doors. Now I believe, yeah, we're going to Swindon, so we need to swap ends. So what we shall do is that there, turn off the ATP and the driver vigilance. Lock that. Oops. Change ends and move off to Swindon. There we go. Okay. So sort out the tail lights. Turn off headlight. We switch off the train supply on the other end, and then switch it on here, like so. Go in there like that. Okay, ready to swap ends. Before we do, just grab a screenshot. Looks good with the old power station behind. Right, let's swap to the other end. Just in a normal First Great Western. Right here. Got a flash in yellow. That can go off. Right, unlock reverser. Activate those systems. Sort the lights. Release the brakes. Okay. TP is on. We're good to go. Wipers can go on now. So we're going on the down relief line to start with. Yes, this is the HST with the Armstrong Powerhouse pack. So we will be moving on to the main line, on the relief line at the moment. Where did that 25 limit come from? I wasn't watching the ATP. The ATP put the brakes on, just had to release those. So that's 2 fails on this scenario. Right, we are clear for 125. The Armstrong Powerhouse scenarios, is that Graham? I know I went through them to have a look. We'll just roll and stop. Not paying attention again. Yeah, there's a few things looking on the MTU pack that I haven't got. I haven't got the 142 enhancement pack. In fact, it looks like there's been a few changes on there since I've actually installed the enhancement pack. So I'll probably need to re-download the updated files from Armstrong Powerhouse themselves. You can get around it. And there's a little trick. Let me turn my headphones down a minute. When you load a scenario, if you haven't got all the content, you get the little dialogue box come up at the start saying missing whatever it is missing. If you press F2, don't press edit or exit on those two buttons, but press the F2 key. That'll bring up the save menu, and then either yes or cancel, and it will clear it, and then you can carry on with the scenario. You just won't have the AI for the missing stock in the scenario. In fact, yeah, I've just looked in my my download section of the Armstrong Powerhouse website. Packs were last updated on the 8th of March. So I need to re-download those. Yeah, if you press F2, that should bring up the save menu, and then just either save or cancel that, and then you should be able to continue. As long as the only thing missing is rolling stock. If you're missing root assets, like track files and things, then obviously that won't work. But if it's just locos that you're missing or stock, rolling stock, then that will get past it. is the same if you're missing wagons. There is actually one scenario with the Class 66 enhancement pack that I tried loading, and it was actually the player train that the wagons on the player train that wouldn't load. I don't know how it affects AI contests. So if you've got the loco but not the wagons, I assume the loco will still be in the scenario when you play it. But if you've got the wagons and not the loco, I assume that will mess up the scenario because the wagons will be sat on the track, which will trigger the signals of some point. Just over 6 miles from Swindon. I'm downloading the updated Armstrong Powerhouse packs now. They're, 5th of January I last installed them, and they've been updated on the 8th of March, so that's the 3 HST packs re-downloaded now. I just need to get them installed, which I won't do tonight. I'll do it before my next stream on Wednesday. Okay then, welcome to Swindon. we go, Swindon. Right, next stop, Chippenham, my hometown, so brakes off. Yeah, 125 limit again. That's nice and easy. I'm just putting all the updated MTU HST enhancement packs from Armstrong Powerhouse. Just downloaded them all. I can see the last one was modified 9th of November 2017. This new one's the 8th of March 2018, so simply replace that. So that's the MTU, the Valenta, and the VP185. And while I'm here, Class 66 enhancement. And the Mark II D2F coach pack. which was the 3rd of August 2017, is now the 28th of January. So. So that's all those done. We'll actually check just to make sure the branding patch and the extra stock hasn't changed. Good evening, Axel. Hope you're well. Are you local to Bath then, are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Not too far from Bath. Well, I'm in Chippenham, so yeah, just up the road, or the tracks in this case. MTU goes there. That's handy. The extra stock packs and the branding packs don't need updating. It's just the core enhancement pack. Oh, we're Bath to Paddington. That is, doing that daily, that is a killer. Bad enough doing Chippenham to Paddington on a Saturday. But to be fair, that wasn't too bad going out, but coming back, standing room only until, because I bought an open return, because I just genuinely didn't know what time I'd be heading back. I had my wife and 2 kids with me. It was standing room only all the way to Reading. Managed to bag 2 seats at Reading, to me and my wife in the seats and the kids on our laps, all the way to Chippenham. It's not so bad though if the Wi-Fi is good. Which it actually was. It was. The Wi-Fi was surprisingly good going up to London. That was a 2+8 formation, and that would have been, I can't remember what time it was now. That had been leaving Paddington around 5:36, something like that. Chippenham's quite a difficult one to stop at because there's still to Taunton. Well, I think this one was actually to Weston-super-Mare that we caught back. It may have been Taunton, I don't know, it was about a month ago now, 6 weeks ago. Now, I haven't seen a single set of 5 coming through Chippenham. I've only ever seen them doubled up. With the 2 sets of 5s. Like, imagine, yeah, trying to get 8 coaches worth of people into 5 coaches. It's, well, it just doesn't add up, does it? Here we go then, less than a mile to Chippenham. I said my home station, my hometown. No, I don't, Luke, plan to get the Hornby 800 because I don't have any 00 track or any 00 model railway stuff. Now, if they bring it out in N-gauge, I'll be straight over that. Chippenham, my home station. It does actually. It's a little bit out of date now because this footbridge here. Well, 2 things straight away. One, the car park isn't full of Ford Mondeos and Fiestas. But this footbridge has been replaced with a new bridge. It's been raised up to allow for the electric gantries to go underneath. And they've also fitted a lift on the centre platform here and a lift on this side. And they've also now put ticket gates. Oops, electric ticket gates here. And they've built a new, bottom of these steps here, a new ticket collection point and gates. And also on the bridge here, there's a lift on this bit and steps coming down to the platform here. And until they put this lift in the middle, the only way you could get on a train if you had a wheelchair was to actually come down this platform, which, as you can see, is no longer used. And you had to come down here with the station manager and cross the track, get into the middle. My house? Yes, you can. We're not timed, so let's just... If I zoom up here... So this is quite accurate, all of this. This building here has actually just been given permission by the council to be knocked down. It's the old college. It's going to be turned into retirement homes. But yeah, you've got the bus turning a circle there. That's quite accurate. even the layout of this car park here is quite accurate. But that's, I mean, it's basic, but it's recognisable as Chippenham to me. This little building here is actually Brunel's office. It doesn't look like a barn, it matches the rest of the buildings, but it was Brunel's office when, where have we gone? When he was building the railway. So that's quite good. And then, so yeah, if I go over the footbridge, that's the back of Home Base and Halfords and the little trading estate there. If I go my bearings here. Yeah, that's a line of houses. These are actually, get my bearings. One of these houses, now they look nothing like our houses, but one of these, probably further this way, will be where I am now. So if I go up and into the loft, which is where I am, and then zoom in, I can, let's get the train going from here. Brakes off, full throttle, that'll do. So, yeah, somewhere along here, one of these houses, it's actually fairly accurate. The layout. Then if I zoom in, we should see the train. This is once the train comes into view, we're we are moving. There it is. Yeah, that's fairly accurate. So that's the view I have. There's a window just behind me in the loft. And that is the view I have of the trains coming in and out of Chippenham. Quite good because it looks like they're driving over the roofs of all the houses. Look, I'm pretty sure there is a blue plaque on it. I can't remember how I heard about it, or how I learned about that. I don't know if it was on a TV documentary somewhere and it was featured. Or if I just saw it online somewhere. Might be in there. Just going back through the comments. Axel, yeah, the platform on the left in direction of travel was used. It used to be. There is a Facebook page that is like Chippenham past, and it's people uploading photos, literally from like the 40s, 50s, 60s. And there were some photos. I think it was as late as the 70s. Those car parks that I showed you out the front, particularly the one to the, as we're looking at it, to the behind the turning circle, bus turning circle, that was all sidings and engine sheds. There was a turntable there as well at some point. No problem, Graham. So now the weather's looking better. I have thought about sticking another camera looking out that window. I've got a decent SLR camera that I could put a zoom on and just have there picking out trains as they pass. This is Box Tunnel. Which is famously built by Brunel. Mile an hour. Yep. I think this is one of the reasons I like this route so much, because I know it in reality, so it's aha. How do I link to that? I'm going to put a link in the chat. I've just put a link in the chat there of an image of the plaque. And I do recall seeing it. I'll get a picture of it myself next time when I'm over that way. Right, we're 2.5 miles from Bath Spa, so we're about to come through Bathampton Junction, which is there. And that's the bit going off that's modelled on the Southwestern Expressways. Stopped raining again. No problem, Axel. There's Bath, built on a hill. Now we're coming into Sydney Gardens. It's a nice place to have a lunch, watch some trains go by. Some people sat on the benches there. That's quite accurate. Yeah, it did. It does look pretty good. Considering the size of this route, they haven't skimped on the towns and cities. This is the Just Trains Western Main Lines, yes. So actually you'll probably recognise a lot of this. I haven't been to Bath Spa since they've actually... Are they extending one of the platforms or both platforms? Leave the brakes on. Right. Oops. Let's jump out. Let's get a picture of... Because you got the road. The road down here, haven't you? It's not really those trees there, but... But here's the, if we go to the front of the station, I say it's quite plain and simple, but it's quite accurate in terms of, you got the main features there. Here's the main front of the station. And then obviously all this is the new shopping centre area. And down here you got the restaurants and cafes now. Further down is the bus station. That was fun when they were building that. So it's fairly good. Let's go to the other end of the station. Yeah, there's a little car park up there, isn't there? As far as I know from last time. Got the canals, the rivers. Like they've done the scenery quite far back. I'm right in thinking, if I've got my bearings right, this is the main road here. Yeah, so this would be where this tree is here. This would be the courts, and then you've got cricket ground here. So this field is actually the cricket ground. But yeah, like you say, if you know the city, I think it's definitely recognisable. Right, let's get going. So further up here we have Oldfield Park, which I've taken my little boy up here a few times for a little packed lunch and watched some trains, and that is really fairly accurate for the ramps coming down to the platform where the shelters are. I'm really quite impressed with how accurate they laid everything out. It's a very flowery station. And just looking down here, see the train coming through the haze. And look it up there, that's fairly accurate because the track should swing to the right. Yep, Keynsham is on here, we'll be going through there in a minute. And there's the track going to the right. So that's fairly accurate. It signals in exactly the right place and bridges and things. So it's and that's where it follows the A4 Bristol Road. And then here's the dual carriageway, the A4 is it, coming out of Bath towards Bristol, which then goes under. So down here, roundabout. Oh, look at that. And there's the Globe. Is it called the Globe? Car's going wrong way around the roundabout there. And then, yeah, this is the main Bristol road. You can see, just follows it there. No problem, Graham. Take care. Come along here, and then got a speed camera on this hill, isn't there? Yeah, just round here. Coming down this hill, there's a speed camera. No, they haven't. I think, looking at the map, we will be not far from Keynsham. I don't know if we can jump over to it from there yet. There we go. Here's Keynsham. So that car park's fairly accurate. I don't know how far trains are running up towards Bristol, because Bristol Temple Mead is completely shut at the moment, isn't it? Until Wednesday? Does it reopen Wednesday or Thursday? So they're redoing all of the signalling system. I'd have thought that's the case for certainly for the HSTs. Maybe just get a stopping service going up to Keynsham. So the kids are on Easter holidays at the moment, so I was going to take them on the train because I'm trying to get onto one of the 800s. I was going to try and take them into Bristol because we need to go to Bristol anyway for a few things. So I was like, oh, we'll go on the train. And yeah, and find out that they're closing it the whole of first sort of quarter of the holidays. So. It's getting a bit chuddery just where it's loading all of Bristol up. Come on. past the entrance there for St Philip's Marsh. Double yellow. Single yellow, but we're clear to go into the platform. Platform 13, which is the terminus platform. Even though there's 15 platforms, effectively, there's no platform 14 and no platform 12. Got 15, 13, 11. Is there a 9 then? A 10, sorry. 15, 13, 11, 9. Is 9 split into a 9 and a 10, or is it? Okay, the ATP there flashing at 0. It is the end of the line. Yes, it is. It's jump out. You've got platform 15 here. This track's never used, it's actually all overgrown. You've got platform 15 and 13 where we came in. 11, and I believe that's 11 all the way up. Yeah. And then you got 10, and it's split halfway. 10, 9, so it's split somewhere here. There, can't see the markers for it. And then 8 and 7, so you've got as we look at it, which way are we facing? So on the east side of the, to kick me out, on the east side of the station, so the London side, you've got all of the odd numbers, and then on the south or west, however you look at it, heading towards Taunton, you've got the even numbers, apart from 12 and 14. There we go, stopped at 6 out of 6 platforms, passed signal at danger once, well we knew that, didn't we? 87 miles. There we go, nice little drive, I like that. Right, the only reason I think it's laid like that is so that you can have 2 stopping services. So you can have 2 trains in the same platform but heading opposite directions. and sometimes as well where trains join together at the platforms. But I think, yeah, the main reason is just so you can use the two platforms for two different services at the same time. Hi Matthew, how are you? It's good to hear, Matthew. Well, they have just, yeah, health and safety. They have just replaced the signals. Trying to think where I saw it now. I think it's actually on one of the model railway pages I follow on Facebook. We have just finished Western Main Lines, Matthew, but if you want to see another scenario on there, I don't mind. Yeah, Matthew, we're just talking about that, the signal replacement. Meant to reopen Wednesday, apparently. So hopefully they're on track for that. And see racing one of the scenarios. The 52 Paddington to Paignton. Oops, hang on a minute. What happened there? '52. I don't think I got the 52 installed. Oh, I haven't got the 52. Give me a moment. Won't be able to tonight, I'm afraid. Game just crashed there. Right, give me a second. Right, we're back in. But I got a funny feeling I know why it just crashed then. If I go to Western Main Lines. I now have the 52 installed, just bought it. What time is it now? 20 past 11. It's going to run on a little bit late. Probably do that on my next stream. Try another career mode. You can send me the link in a private message, Matthew. No worries, I've got the link. I haven't actually used Discord before, so... Right. Good evening, Plastic Piggy 442. How are you? Okay, good morning, driver. Things are hectic due to the bad weather, and you'll need to guide this all stations to Richmond service, where it will terminate. The line ahead of you is busy, so you'll need to watch out for adverse signals. You are required to contact the signaller in order to obtain authority to proceed from Camden Road by pressing tab. Good luck. This doesn't sort of give us much hope on how we're going to score 1,000 points on this, but we'll see. Right. Camden Road. So let's open the doors. The doors are open. Lights on. Of working wipers. I'm not too bad, thanks, Plastic Piggy. And thank you for the follow, Plastic Piggy. Really appreciate it. No problem, Luke. Maximum points. Are we clear for this signal? I've cleared it. We've been cleared, so... I've cleared this signal, so let's go. Watch our 20 limit. Yep, obviously allowed us through because it hasn't thrown us out, so... Just realised the map wasn't in, but map's working now, so... Right, first stop. Ooh, second stop, however you look at it. Kentish Town. Come on. It's 65 points per successful task, so... Right, that's first stop. We've got instrument lights on here. Nothing there. Nothing behind us. Right, we've got a double yellow. Gospel Oak next. Just over half a mile. You currently have a... Oh no, it's yellow at the end of the platform. So about 30 seconds late to that stop. Should still class as on time. Got a double yellow now. So. Oh no, lost some points. Lost 10 points then. Hampstead Heath next. Come on, cancel. Ah, now we're speeding. Oh, this rail driver on this is not reacting quick enough. Right, into neutral. Yeah, there's quite a delay on the rail driver. That was fine. Yeah, let's see. I did say at the start, I don't think this is going to be a 1,000-point run. So, welcome back, Luke. And the emergency brakes. So that the brakes won't actually release until the doors are shut. I thought the cab light was on. Finchley Road, our next stop. Do have a red signal ahead, so we're here right on time. Oh, we have a yellow, so we're ready to. Since the doors are shut, we're going. Short little sprint to the next stop. West Hampstead. How many stops have we got? Excuse me. 15 stops. It's the most we... yeah. Yeah, we're not going to get 1,000 points. We're too short on that now. Brondesbury, platform 1. Right on time. Tell you what, this is very different to the HST, where you're covering sort of 30-40 miles between stops. In this, you're covering not even a mile. In some cases, not even half a mile. Next one's only 0.4 of a mile away. Next two stops are within 0.9 of a mile of each other from where we are. Come on, stop. Well, I don't need to get out here, so that's fine. Could have been worse. I mean, it didn't open the doors on that carriage, but... that was going before us. Lovely. Kensal Rise. Take care, Luke. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, we're speeding. Lovely. Double yellow. Quite a long gap between these two platforms. A mile. It's going to feel like further than that because of the reduced speed limit. The 35 limit. How many stops we've got? One, 6 stops to do. warning for a 20 limit coming up. Come on, frame rates, big one. There we go. Right. I assume this is because of quite a tight bend that's a really slow speed limit. And we have a red. On yellow, so wait for our doors to shut. Acton Central is our next stop. Just roll down a hill over a speed limit. We only had a single yellow when we left the station, didn't we? So that looks like it is our red there. Oh, it's gone yellow. .35 limit. Slight downhill, so we need a little bit of brake. for red. Assume we're just waiting for a train to clear Acton Central. It's further up the line in front of us. Yeah, ready. As soon as the signal changes, we get moving. We're due in the platform in a minute, in literally 1 minute. So it didn't denied, so. Gonna be late to this one. Oh, there we go. They cut that very fine for me. Stopped here. We're here 30 seconds late. Last time I was 30 seconds late on this scenario, I lost points for it. There we go, what's this? The track ahead changes from overhead to third rail. So you need to change the train's power supply. Before you depart, lower the pantograph. Secondly, you'll need to lower the shoes. Use this mesh to continue. So hand down, shoes down. Okay. Hand down, shoes down. So now we're running on the third rail. There's the shoes down there. There's the end of the overhead cables. getting caught out by this slight downhill. I managed to arrive at this one early. So left. Gunnersbury, Kew Gardens, and then Richmond. I used to use Richmond Station quite often. Always drive in on the M3, park up at Richmond, catch a tube into the middle of London. Worked out quite nicely. That was when the parking wasn't ridiculously expensive. Now we're on the move before the driver's buzzer. The guard's buzzer, sorry. Depending what time of day you got there. I'd normally get there sort of around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And easy to park. Straight onto a train, straight into London. So it's one of the reasons I did it quite often. Don't know what it's like now, because it's been a good few years since I've done that. Come on, frame rates. Okay. Kew Gardens next. Speeding. Why is it such a delay in the rail driver? Just seen Richmond come up on my map on the MacBook next to me. Using the Third Rails tracker on another machine. So I've got a full screen map. Basically you can see the whole of London on it. Got a nice red line tracing across London. As the back of the train gets in, I'm alright. So I'm actually watching the Third Rails map on a separate machine. I've got my MacBook laptop just sat to my right with the map running, because I'm broadcasting it off of this machine that I'm streaming from. So I don't even have the map on display on this machine. Ooh, late to that one. Right, 1.3 miles to Richmond. Is there any speed limits on this route more than 45? Because I haven't seen anything faster. Yeah, within you can see if people go to the Third Rails map. Hang on a minute. And they can see everyone who's live and broadcasting on it. And you can set up a link to specifically go to your loco, your own to your own map. So I've got that link saved on my MacBook Pro, so I literally just click the bookmark, and if I'm not broadcasting, it just sits there with the whole world map there, and then as soon as I start broadcasting it, jumps straight to wherever I am and just traces me. Which is cool. So I've got a triple monitor set up on this PC that I'm streaming from. But it's nice having, because I've got all the streaming software running and various other bits for the stream, it's nice having a full screen map. But yeah, when I'm not streaming, I'm just playing Train Sim, I have that map full screen on one of these curved monitors. Yeah, then arriving at Richmond, looks pretty accurate to me. Be nice to see some London Underground stock here. Yeah, that's right, because otherwise every time you jump out of Train Sim, click somewhere else, it pauses the game, doesn't it? Switch off the lights. Oops. Wipers off, lights off. There are Richmond station sign somewhere I can see. Only 40 points at the end. 875, so better than I thought it was going to be. Where did I lose it? Speeding, yeah. That's fair enough. Right. There we go. What time is it? Right, it's 12:05. I am going to call it a night. My next scheduled stream is for Wednesday, around 8:30 UK time, in the evening, that is. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't hit the follow button, please do. Welcome to our new followers, by the way, as well. Thank you for following. And I shall see you on Wednesday night. Until then, take care. Good night.